All right. So what our big flagship for this year at the show is our GB2 model, which is now our just add audio. We've done our new web interface for our GVs. We've begun integrating a lot of the components for HD into the transmitter. But first I'll show this is now a web interface that we can now access more adaptively. So if you want to look, we can also see what we've got on here is also available on my mobile phone. The big thing about GB2 is the integration of a lot of the components of HD into the transmitter, meaning we can eliminate some of the boxes that were always needed to be bought and put at the sites to transport the data. So now it's a matter of basically adding an audio stream, and then you can get it on air. So we've worked with several partners on this. We want to move down to the other side. I can show some of this integration that we have going on. Like we've got Wide Orbit and Radio Cloud, which are both help provide studio interfaces to our radio broadcasters that they set up their content. It is then streamed through the internet to both Rapid and Q. Q is a provider that provides some of the metadata content. So when they set up their songs, it's where it gets the album art and any of the song title information that's passed through. It is then sent to Rapid, which is their receiving end of that, which lives on the transmitter now in a virtual box on our transmitter. It's receiving it. So right now we're receiving 4 different streams right now from both, 1 from Wide Orbit and 3 from Radio Cloud all at the same time. It's then passed to our Omnia for Nautel audio processor that's built now into the transmitter as well, running again in a virtual platform. It's gathering that data from Rapid and generating the album art that's being sent out to the transmitter. And you can see here we've actually got basically a car radio receiver we're using. This is currently receiving HD1. So we've got the album art, we've got our song title and information. I've also got the Invonics up here just as a reference to show the other information. The advantage of this, it's now taking advantage of that car radio space. And because we're doing it this way now, when commercials are on, or they can now insert their ads. So when you're got a commercial on, you'll see the logo for that company up on the screen. They can put their phone numbers and that sort of information up there. So it's a way for them to sort of monetize the dashboard. We haven't fully launched this yet. We've got it in beta trial with one of the stations back home in Halifax. They've been using it for several months now. They've been selling ad space for that, and they've seen up to a 10% increase in their ad revenue by able to sell that dash space to those customers.
And it adds the visual element to radio site.
Yes, it does. And we're looking, as we're moving this out, we're getting ready to launch. We've started shipping GB2s that are ready for this air chain. Next phase is to allow what we're calling test drive, which is giving customers a chance to try before they buy. So a time trial of this system. So that's the advantage of moving it all inside. So you don't have to worry about buying all the boxes that go along with it.
That must save space in the rack room.
It does, and it saves space at your studio as well. Not everyone has an audio processor at the studio, so now it's built in, so you don't have to worry about that extra expense. It's all, a lot of it is integrated. You can access it through various ports we have set up, and a lot of the basic setup can be done directly from the GV screen, and any final stuff needs to be done. We can help tweak with that. We even are looking at offering remote support for that so we can actually remote in and help with any kind of configuration issues. The only other thing we have is we've added to our VX line, which is our low power FM line, we've added in our audio player feature now so that we can go down this way. It's on the other end of our booth. So these are 2 of our VX transmitters. We've got a 600 and a 5 kilowatt transmitter right here. We're also showing off our transfer controllers and that, which we've sort of added. They've been a product we've had for quite some time, but we've added the VX line to that setup. But I'll quickly go in here to show. So this is the similar winner you would have seen similar to the GV interface. We've got a common web interface. So all of our systems will be running on the same new HTML5 system as we roll it out to the rest of the products. But in this case, we now have our audio player feature. So now users can set up, primarily as a backup, but some stations use it as a full-time source. So we can set up playlists from files stored on the transmitter so that if, say, you lose your studio link. You basically can create this as a backup. So you can set up in a preset that if you lose your main studio link, you can fall back to this. So we can build multiple different playlists on this. In this case, we're using files for this one, but we also offer streaming support as well. So if you have a studio stream, say like an HLS stream or something, we can set up, in this case, receive that stream and use it as a fallback if you've lost your main physical audio connections.
Talking of fallbacks and backups, I mean, it's amazing that there's just one blue cable in as you go there. So that makes it very easy. But is it also a single point of failure?
We're looking at, especially for the GBs, we have dual internet, so we should have redundancy in that. Some of our smaller systems obviously have a single point. They're cost effective, so the idea is they're a single point.
Yeah.
So it relies on the network, but that's why we have like the backups and onboard filing systems to store that. So worst case scenario, you still have something to fall back and you're still on air.
Right. Thank you very much for showing them.
Thank you very much for taking the time.